Good morning, my students. How are you? I hope all of you are well. Today we will talk about subject and predicate, course book page 50 and workbook page 22. Let's start. The outcomes of this video are understand and differentiate between subject and predicate. فهم والتمييز بين السبجect والpredicate. First, my students, look at these sentences and read them and tell me which sentence is a meaningful sentence. أي جملة هي الجملة ذات المعنى. Number 1 is running. Who is running? Do you understand who is running? What about number 2? My friend. My friend. Number 3. My friend is running. My friend is running. If we gathered the two parts, we will have the sentence my friend is running. So, which sentence is the meaningful or the complete sentence? أي جملة هي جملة ذات معنى؟ Very good. This one. This sentence is a meaningful sentence. My friend is running. So, what is the complete sentence or the meaningful sentence? A complete sentence contains two parts, subject and predicate. A complete sentence contains two parts, subject and predicate. What is the subject? The subject is a noun, a pronoun, or a group of words that tell us what the sentence is about. The subject is a noun, pronoun, a group of words that tells us about what the sentence is about. الفاعل في الجملة. So the subject هو الفاعل. ممكن يكون noun، ممكن يكون pronoun، ممكن يكون group of words، ممكن يكون اسم، ضمير، ممكن يكون مجموعة من الكلمات. So this is the first part of the complete sentence. Subject الفاعل. What about the second part? The second part is the predicate. The predicate tells us something about the subject. The predicate tells us something about the subject. بخبرنا شيء عن السبجكت هو الفاعل. Let's read these sentences. These are a meaningful sentences or a complete sentences. عبارة عن جمل ذات معنى. Why? ليش? Because they contain two parts, subject and predicate. Number 1. Selma plays football. Selma plays football. Where is the subject? Or what is the sentence about? About Selma. Excellent. Selma is the subject. So, Selma is the subject. هي الفاعل. Okay. Plays football is the predicate. Plays football is the predicate. Tells us about Selma. خبرنا عن سلمى. هي تلعب الكرة. So, Selma is subject. Plays football is the predicate. What about the second sentence? Molly and Jack are happy. Molly and Jack are happy. Molly and Jack are the subjects. Molly and Jack are the subjects. Are happy is the predicate. Are happy is the predicate. The students carry the box. The students carry the box. Where is the subject in this sentence? Excellent. The students. The students is the subject. What about carry the box? Carry the box is the predicate. Carry the box is the predicate. Okay, my students. Let's read the predicates and tell me what can you notice about the predicate. Number 1. Plays football. Are happy. Carry the box. So, what can you tell me about the predicate? Excellent. The predicate is always contains a verb. The predicate contains a verb. يحتوي على الفعل. For example, here we have plays football is the predicate. Plays is a verb. Plays is a verb. Or happy is the predicate. Or is a verb. Carry the box is the predicate. Carry is a verb. So, predicate contains a verb. The predicate contains a verb. يجب أن يحتوي على فعل. The predicate contains a verb. يجب أن يحتوي على فعل. Now my students, you have to watch this video carefully.
Hey Omar, what's that?
Hey Elvis, my dad bought this mix and match game for me.
Why don't you open it to see what's inside? Subject and predicate. It's interesting.
But I don't know how to play it.
Don't worry, I will help you out. This box contains the subject parts and this box contains the predicate parts. Match each subject to its respective predicate to get a complete sentence. Subject and predicate are two parts of a sentence. The subject tells who or what the sentence is about. The predicate tells what the subject does or is. The subject is the doer of the action. The predicate is the action itself. A subject has a noun or a pronoun. The predicate always has a verb. Remember, when you ask who or what to the verb in the sentence, you get the subject of the sentence. Let us now pick out the subject and the predicate from a few sentences. Samantha eats ice cream for dessert. Here, the verb is eats. When we ask who eats, we get the answer Samantha. So, Samantha is the subject and the rest of the part is the predicate. Mike and George played in the mud. I built a sandcastle at the beach. Sometimes finding the subject can be a bit tricky. You know why? The subject changes place when we make a question. In these two sentences, the subject she changes place when a question is asked. The subject can come after the predicate. For example, orange is my favorite color. My favorite color is orange. Omar, now that we know well what a subject and a predicate are, let's play this mix and match game.
Yes, this is fun.
If you like.
Now, after we understand the subject and the predicate, we have to answer this question with each other. Here we have to complete the table with subject and predicate. Let's read each sentence and know which words is subject and which one is the predicate. Number 1. My parents clap loudly. My parents clap loudly. Who is clap loudly? Excellent. My parents. So, my parents is the subject. What about clap loudly? Clap is a verb. So, this is a predicate because we said that the predicate contains a verb. What about number 2? I like English. Where is the subject? I. The subject I. Like English. Like is a verb, so this is the predicate. Number 3. The chair is small. Where is the subject? The chair. Very good. Is small. Is a verb, so this is the predicate. Number 4. The children slide on the ice. Excellent. The children is the subject. Slide in the ice is the predicate. Slide is a verb, so this is the predicate. Let's go to the course book, page 50. Let's go to the course book, page 50. He ordered the doors to be locked. He ordered the doors to be locked. He is a pronoun. He is the subject. He is the pronoun and he is the subject. The servant fell at the rich man's feet. The servant is the subject. Who fell at the rich man's feet? The servant. So the servant is the subject. What about the predicate in these sentences? Excellent. Ordered the doors to be locked is the predicate because ordered is a verb and the predicate contains verb. What about number 2? Fell at the rich man's feet is the predicate. Fell is the verb. Very good. The subject of a sentence is the noun, pronoun, or group of words that tells us what the sentence is about. The predicate of the sentence tells us something about the subject. خبرنا شيء عن السبجect. The predicate contains a verb. As we said, the predicate يحتوي على فعل. Look here. In a small valley lived a rich man. In a small valley lived a rich man. Here, the subject comes after the predicate. The subject comes after the predicate. الفاعل إجا بعد predicate. The rich man here. And lived in a small valley is the predicate. Number 2. On top of the tower stood a man. Here also a man is the subject and it comes after the predicate. إجا بعد predicate. A man is the subject and stood on top of the tower is the predicate. So, the subject can also come after the predicate. الفاعل ممكن إنه يجي بعد predicate. Now my students, here we have an exercise. Circle the subject and underline the predicate. Circle the subject دائرة على الفاعل and underline خط للpredicate تحت الpredicate. Number 1. Arthur was a great ruler. Arthur was a great ruler. Number 1. Where is the predicate? The predicate contains a verb. يحتوي على فعل. Here we have was a great ruler. Was is a verb, so was a great ruler is the predicate. Was a great ruler is the predicate. Here we have underline. What about Arthur? Arthur is the subject. We will circle it. Arthur is the subject, so we will circle it. Number 2. The snake slides silently along the grass. Where is the subject? The snake. We will circle it. What about the predicate? slide silently along the grass. Slide is a verb, so this is the predicate. What about number 3? A woman delivered the parcel to the office. Where is the predicate? Where is the part that contains a verb? Excellent. This part contains a verb, so this is the predicate. Delivered. Delivered is the verb. A woman is the subject. Who delivered the parcel to the office? Excellent. The woman. So the woman is the subject. Number 4. Number 4. Out of the bottle came a genie. Here we have the subject comes after the predicate, so Jenny is the subject. We will circle it. Came, here we have the verb, so out of the bottle, came out of the bottle is the predicate. We will underline it. Number 5. 2 boys entered the shop. Who entered the shop? The 2 boys. So the 2 boys is the subject. Entered the shop is the predicate. Entered is the verb. Number 6. Under the floorboard lived a rat. Here again the subject comes after the predicate, so a rat is the subject, and here we have the predicate. Under the floorboard lived. Lived is the verb. 7. Amy and Violet attend the same school. Amy and Violet, excellent, is the subject. Attend the same school is the predicate. Attend is the verb. The car was parked in the corner. Who was parked in the corner? The car. The car is the subject. Was parked in the corner is the predicate. Was is the verb, and always the predicate contains a verb. يحتوي دايما البريديكيت على فعل. 9. Into the woods ran the deer. Here the subject comes after the predicate. The deer is the subject, and ran, here we have the verb, so into the woods ran is the predicate. Number 10. This pen is rather useless. This pen is the subject. Is rather useless is the predicate. Is the verb. So this is the answer of question page 50. Exercise P. Read the sentences below. Write S if the underlined group of words is in each sentence is the subject, or P if it is a predicate. We have to read the sentences and write S if the underlined group of words is the subject, or it is the predicate. Number 1. The child solved the puzzle easily. Who solved the puzzle easily? The child. Excellent. So the child is the subject. Well done. Very good. So the child is the subject. The brown dog chased the rabbit. Chased is the verb, so this is the predicate. Very good. This is the predicate. Sitting on the fence was a beautiful bird. Here, a beautiful bird is the subject or predicate. Excellent. This is the subject because we don't have a verb here, and the subject here comes after the predicate. Number 4. A man and his dog live upstairs. Here we have live is a verb, so this is the predicate. Eating from the bowl of porridge was a little girl. Excellent. This is the predicate because here we have eating, and eating is the verb. So these are the answers for these questions, and thank you for listening, my students.